Hello and welcome to your reading. This reading is for a astrology reading plus the card reading, and I already sent you the mini astrology life destiny reading, and I hope you read it and you went over it, and I asked you to read it a few times so you can have an understanding of what these points in your chart mean, what they represent in your life, and how they affect you in your journey. So today and now I'm going to go over a few of your natal planets and the transits and what I see in terms of what you asked me, which was, why is my life not moving forward? Where do I feel like I'm stuck? Why do I feel like I'm spinning my wheels? And I think that I identified a couple of things when I sent you that report, and I'm going to go over it now as well. So let's get started. I have your chart here, and I tried to move the computer so you could see the chart, but there's just too much glare, and the camera with the computer, you can't really capture the planets and the transits and the angles. I tried, it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is that I also sent you a chart, so you have the same chart that I'm reading. So when you see the video, you can also refer to the chart that I sent you, which is the same exact chart that I'm using now. So I'm going to start. The first thing that I saw is that, and I'm going to refer to the chart, I have it here. The first thing that I saw is you have a heavy influence at this moment with Saturn and Chiron. That was the first thing that caught my eye. We're going to go over a few other things, but that was the first thing that caught my eye. Saturn entered Capricorn at the end of last year, and it's been moving into Capricorn, and it's a good thing because Saturn, as you know, is ruled by the sign, so it's comfortable at home, and Saturn rules everything that has to do with professional life, giving you the discipline and showing you how to master your craft in order to get what you want and succeed. He's that guide that you need to move forward, who brings a lot of discipline. Now, because it's in their fifth house, although your fifth house is ruled by Sagittarius, it is in the fifth house, and it has been transiting through your fifth house for a while. I would say he's been there for you at least a couple of years, or a year and a half, more or less. And what it's been doing is that it's been limiting your creative process and your impulsivity. So it has kind of dampened that a bit, and now it's about to hit your natal Chiron. Actually, it already hit it, but it's moving. Saturn went retrograde a few weeks ago, so it's moving back. It's moving away from your Chiron. But you have been feeling this influence for a while, I would say, since it entered Capricorn, which was at the end of the year. You might have been still doing your things, working on your studies, because you told me you were taking some classes and you were learning some things that were pretty spectacular, and you were really, really enjoying it, which I could see that being Saturn and Sagittarius when it was there, because of the higher learning and all the new things that were coming into your life in terms of knowledge and complex theory and things like that. But now that it's moved to Capricorn, it's going to help you implement these tools. The issue here is that it's going to hit that Chiron, and Chiron conjunct Saturn usually is the dark night of the soul. It's a time when you get really confronted with older wounds and issues that you have not been able to successfully shed. Now, let me preface this by saying that we are in a period where we just went through a really profound karmic cleanse, and Saturn is a karmic planet as well. So this is all very karmic. It's almost like the cleaning the kitchen after the whole big party, which is the closing of the karmic door that just occurred like a month ago. And there's still a lot of, there's still a lot of residue that's being dealt with. And in addition to that, you are coming into your own, and you're dealing with a lot of the things that are very deep within your subconscious. And you might have not really confronted them in the past. And if you read the report, you see that Chiron in Capricorn is it could be quite harsh. You know, it could be very limiting, because you might not be able to move through the pain and through old wounds from either from your past life or your childhood. And I'm not going to go over that here because I sent it to you in writing. But basically what you're doing now is that you're going to be going through a series of, I would say, I don't want to use the word challenges, but a series of lessons that are going to make you confront your past wounds. And I feel like a lot of these wounds come from your childhood, because it is in the 5th house, and because I know you. A lot of the limitations that you put on yourself from childhood, a lot of the things that you don't really appreciate about yourself, so you don't allow other people to appreciate. And that Saturn there is going to bring that up. I won't be surprised if you find a lot of limits in the things that you're trying to create. And the only way that you're going to be able to overcome this issue is to really embrace your creativity, your artistic flair, the desire to create something, to do something for yourself, to really tap into yourself and not so much put other people first, but put yourself first. Put your needs before the needs of others first. And through that, you'll be able to understand a lot of your own shortcomings and wounds, and also appreciate your gifts, and you'll be able to share with other people and help other people, which is fun, is really what you want to do. So that Saturn is going to create a bit of a havoc for you this year. This year is going to be kind of rough in the sense that you might feel what you're feeling now, that limitation, that you can't move forward. That Saturn is really going to bring that home. But at the same time, I feel that it's going to create a really strong base for the future. It's going to really force you to dig deep, clean your subconscious, clear a lot of the things, and deal with the lessons that is going to open the way for you to have that new path that you want, that career that you want. Also, I looked at your numerology, and your life path is a 4. I don't know if we've ever talked about this, with a significant number of 22. And that is somebody that builds something really permanent. So you're here to build something very, very permanent and bring structure to other people. I know that you will be working in the field of health and nutrition, and also spirituality. And I think that bringing people structure and solidity in those terms is going to be the key for you to succeed in what you're doing. So that, and your sun is in Taurus, which is also a very earthy sign, and that Chiron is in Capricorn. And I see, it's more like I feel that you are more of an earth mother, more of a caregiver and a loving provider, someone who nourishes others with her energy. And intuitively, I sense that you're coming from a place where you're depleted. So you want to give to others, but you're not giving to yourself. So if you don't come from a place of power, then you really aren't able to channel the healing and the nourishment that you need to give other people. And I think that's what you're going to be learning this year in particular. And you're already feeling it. So I sense that you're not going to be able to move forward until you're able to do that. You're going to be held in suspension for a while until you're able to process all of this. And although it could be frustrating at times, I think it's also going to help you heal. So you can't try and rush through or push forward. It's not going to work that way. So that's Chiron and Saturn, and you have a square to your natal Chiron, to your natal Saturn, I'm sorry. So it activates the 5th house and the 3rd house. So you see that Chiron in Capricorn at 11 degrees, and then you have Saturn at 8 degrees in Libra in the 3rd house. So that's a square there, which tells me that it's very hard for you to express yourself, to talk, to bring your ideas and to share them with the people around you. You kind of limit yourself there. And that's, I have that same thing, and I had to overcome it. It took me years to overcome it, like many, many years, like, a lot. So you have that there. And then Saturn being in Libra, you want to make everybody happy. So when you speak, you probably think twice before you open your mouth. You probably say things in a very careful way, so not to upset anyone, and to maintain the harmony, which is a very beautiful way of communicating. I wish we would all do that. We would think before we speak, and we try to speak with love and harmony as opposed to being harsh. But that could be working against you, because you might be limiting yourself and curtailing the things that you say and the things that people need to hear because you're afraid of being judged. That's something that's always been very prevalent in your life. And so at the same time, Saturn is transiting Saturn is squaring your natal Saturn. And so that's going to be bouncing back and forth. That issue with the Chiron, that's all going to be, you're going to be dealing with that a lot this year. And right now, because Saturn is retrograde and your Saturn happens to be retrograde, it's a great time to really go in deep, meditate on these things. When Saturn goes retrograde, it actually helps you because your Saturn is retrograde. So it's a good time for you as opposed to other people where they might feel like they're being held back by Saturn. So no matter where Saturn is in transits, when it is retrograde, it actually works for you. That's just a little side note. And that Chiron also squares your natal Neptune, also in the 3rd house in Libra. So it limits your dreams and the things that you want to do, your long-term, the things that you dream about, the things that you hide inside. You probably hide them deep down, and you don't let anybody else see them, and they're all very pretty and very nice, but it never really goes anywhere. So that, again, this year you're going to be dealing with that because that Saturn is going to be squaring the transiting Saturn is going to be squaring that Neptune. So that's something else that you're going to be working on, building on your dreams. So start a dream board, make a list of the things that you want to do, write affirmations, meditate on it, and do chants or sigils or anything that kind of gets that flowing. Because remember, that creativity and that the creativity and the passion to create something new is going to be held in suspension this year for you to work through all that, what you really want, what you really see, what you want to create, what you see in the future. So those are the things you're going to be working on this year. The other thing I wanted was, you know that your ascendant is Leo, so your sun rules your chart, which is very beautiful. And your sun is in Taurus in the 10th house. To me, this signifies that you are a woman that is meant to be here to create something for the world. Your career is very important to you, and I feel like you've put this in the back burner. You also have Lilith, the black moon in Taurus, and so it's very important for you to listen to your instincts when it comes to your professional life. So even at times when you feel that you're not moving, even at times when you feel that you're not doing anything, like now, you feel like you're not doing anything, you feel like you're not being, you're doing all these other things, but you feel like you're not creating anything, you're not moving, nothing is happening. If intuitively you feel that you need to be moving forward and you're not moving forward, then it's one thing. But if you feel that you cannot move forward for whatever reason, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel proper, maybe the timing is off. If that's how you feel and that's something you have to tap in, then listen to that. The black moon is in Cancer, and this is very light because I'm talking about Lilith, because Lilith is where you find your power, especially as a woman, and I'll touch on her lightly, and if you want we can talk about this further. But the black moon is in Cancer in the 12th house, so that right there tells me that when it comes to acquiring the things that you want, you have to come from a place of being nourished, a place from where you feel comfortable, where you feel secure. You want to help other people. You want to bring this sense of security to other people. And through that is how you're going to heal, especially in terms of the 12th house, where everything is very hidden, everything is very intuitive, and there's this movement inside that creates the knowledge that you need to help others. So you need to tap into your inner knowledge to help yourself in order to help other people and grow and gain your power. There was something else I wanted to tell you. Okay, so one thing that you need to understand is everybody that's working in this field, and anybody that's also watching this video, anything that has to do with this field of spirituality, healers, nutritionists, psychologists, spiritualists, readers, and all that sort of areas, we had just entered we've been talking about this intense period, and once we started that whole shift into the Aquarian age, and it's going to take a while before we fully flip over to the Aquarian age. Right now we're going through this, like, the bumps in the road and the forced transformations. A lot of people have left the earth and have left the path because either it was their time or it was too difficult, so they chose to come back at another time to go through their process. And we had this major change in the last few weeks where we had this really intense full moon in Scorpio, and Jupiter is in Scorpio right now. And oh yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Jupiter is in Scorpio right now, and as soon as Mercury went forward, Jupiter fell retrograde. Followed by that was Saturn. Followed by that was Jupiter, and then Uranus moved into Taurus. Chiron moved into Aries, and so there was this huge change of energy. And for those who are very sensitive, it was a harsh entry. So if you feel that things are off, or that you're losing grip on certain things that you thought were very important, or you feel off in terms of your security of your home, what you want to do in that aspect, it's because of all these changes that occurred. And the reason that happened is because we've actually closed a karmic era, and a lot of the karmic lessons that had been learned or not learned or whatever, things that we were processing, that has already been wiped out. And as beautiful as that sounds, we are left with the debris, which is what I was saying earlier. And that debris needs to be cleared. So now we're kind of sort of picking the pieces of the things picking up the things that we really want, as opposed to trying to wrestle with the things that we don't need. That part is taken care of. And if you really look inside and you look around in your life, you're going to see that that part has been taken care of. There's a lot of things that you thought were important, that you wanted in your life, that are probably just disappearing from your life. So don't try and hold on to things that don't feel right. Remember, listen to your instincts, because that's the only way you're going to succeed. Especially you have your Sun in Taurus, you have Venus in Taurus, you have Lilith in Taurus, and the Lilith that's in Taurus is the side of you that wrestles, that is angry at the things that are happening to you or have happened to you. The Lilith that is in, and this is the way that they're measured, the Lilith that's in Cancer is how you obtain your power. So for you, it's important to feel grounded. For you, it's important to feel nourished and to feel stable in your life. It's very important. It's like the air that you breathe. Most people need stability, obviously, and you need money and all that, but you need this. And then you can have it. I mean, you can have it. I mean, the way that you're that I see your chart is someone who will never go without any money, and your money will always come from your work through being intuitive. But you have to base everything in your own nourishment. That's the only way that's going to happen. Your sense of security right now is being triggered because Jupiter is transiting retrograde in your 4th house. It's going to hit your 4th house cusp again, and it's going to hit that Mars in the 3rd house. It's going to hit that Mars in the 3rd house, or it's going to at least hit the cusp, because they're very, very close, and you're going to feel a rock there. So either you might even get some money. You might get some money through some work that you're doing at home, or somebody's going to come into your home that's going to help you with that, with your business, with your work. You might meet someone also that is of another nationality or a different culture that's going to bring information, and it's going to help you, and it might even be romantic. I wouldn't be surprised if it was romantic as well. The same as that Saturn that's in your 5th house. Because it's in your 5th house, you would say it's romance, but I don't feel like it's romance. I feel like you're going to have someone step into your life that's older, an older gentleman that's going to help you with your path and what you're doing. Right now, I think that in terms of your chart, the Saturn, the Jupiter, the relation with Chiron, I think that that is what is going to affect you the most in the next year. You're going to be affected. I mean, be grateful, because it's not that Chiron is coming around and hitting your Saturn. It is Saturn hitting your Chiron, because when Chiron comes and hits your Saturn, it's years. Like what happened to me, it's 3 to 4 years that you're affected. Here it's just going to be this year. So this year is going to be a year filled with a lot of lessons, and there's parts that are not going to be easy, so prepare yourself for that, but it's going to be extremely healing, which is very important. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to move the laptop over here, and we're going to look at the cards to see what the cards tell us. So I'm going to start. I use several decks when I do this, and I'm going to move this ever so slightly here so you could see the cards. I think that'll be good. And I have right here. So here we're going to see what else the Spirit will tell us about your path and what's going on, and what are the things that you need to focus on. And I do something very organic. I really don't, for when I do readings, I don't do spreads. I just let Spirit tell me what you need. And we're going to focus on things that have to do with your life, with your path right now, with the situation of not moving forward, what you need to do, what kind of things you need to focus on, and what's happening, if any messages in terms of that. So far we have, I see a lot of emotion and coming in, working with someone, cooperating with someone stepping in to help you create something that you love. Things are going to be changing. There's going to be a change. There's some situations that you're not going to like about your life that are going to come into full focus. And there's somebody that's not being very honest with you. This could be someone that you're dealing with right now, and they're not really playing with the full deck, so be careful with that. And here's the gentleman that's going to be coming in to help you in your path. These are just the things that are coming up immediately, but we'll go over more as I finish laying down the cards. Let's see. So far, this is what I'm getting. There's a change of fortune. Some things are going to change in terms of the things that you want to create, the things that you love, the things that are important to you. about work, because even though it's the Ace of Cups, I see it as something that you really love, something that's very emotional to you. I don't see it so much as a relationship starting, but more like a project that is very close to your heart that you're doing, something that you're starting anew. There's a lot of things you're not sure about and you're not certain, but you feel that you really need to do this. So you want to move forward. But because, and I don't read reversals, but the Wheel of Fortune came reversed, and that tells me that things are going to come to a halt for a while. Things are not going to be moving in the way that you expect. So it's not, I don't see it as something bad happening, but I do see it as whatever you want it to happen is not going to be happening as quickly as you desire. And there's someone that you're either teaming up or that you want to work with that is coming in or has come in, and they're not really playing with the full deck. They might be promising more than what they can deliver, so just be careful about that. They might be telling you things that they want to do and the things that they can do and what they can offer you and the things that they can create with you. Maybe this is even a legal issue that you're contending with, and they're not, but it's not what it seems, is what I feel. And but there is someone older, maybe a Virgo, a male Virgo who's older. It could be that Saturn guy that we saw in the chart. And I feel that this person's going to come in and shed light on that. They're going to come in and they're going to help you with that. And you need to step out of your comfort zone to create something, honey, because you like to stay within the confines of your security, which is, it's understandable, but you need to push a little forward more. I mean, you need to really get yourself out of that and create something for you that is out of what you're used to, I would say. There's not much light here. Let's up a little more if you can see it. So I think that, Temperance, you're gonna have to be patient. You do have guardian angel watching over you, and I get the sense that you're a little off balance. So it's something that you need to work on. The balance of all your senses, the things that you need, like your everyday things that you need, that you worry about, your spiritual needs, your physical needs. Something is off balance right now. You're kind of out there trying to do something and get it going, and at the same time things are not in balance, and so it pulls you back, and you really can't move forward. And I think because of the Temperance card, I feel like it's got to do with health issues. I don't know why I think it's health issues, and healing that you need to do. And this could be at all levels. Maybe, I don't know if you're dealing with something physically, if you're ill, you have been ill, that you need to pay attention to that. Because I feel like you're not paying attention to your body, you're not paying attention to something, and that's kind of throwing you off. You're over here thinking about other things that you want to do, and you're really not paying attention. So that kind of pulls you back again. That kind of takes you off course. But that's what I see. But wow, the Nine of Pentacles, I think, yeah, you definitely have the potential to, I mean, you are going to be creating some stuff. There's no doubt about that. If there was any doubt, I probably should have looked at that in the chart, but I feel like money-wise, you are going to be creating the things that you want and you desire to have in your life. I don't see this as that you're not going to be creating money and wealth and abundance. I feel like you are. I just feel like things are kind of slowed down right now, and we can see that in the chart as well. But yeah, you are, and I see someone coming in on more money that's going to be offering you an opportunity, but that's going to take a while to come in. That's not going to be soon. But you might, like here, I see that you're partnering up with someone, although you need to be a little careful about what they're telling you, because there might be some there might be something that's not clear. They're not playing with the full deck, but you're definitely going to be offered something, money, an opportunity that you will be doing well with. I mean, I don't see anything that tells me that you're not going to be able to move forward, but I feel more like you have to do a lot of healing right now before you can move forward. And you may want to be, you're coming from a place that you're not completely ready. You're gaining a lot of knowledge, but you're not completely ready. That's how I feel. Yeah, that's what it feels to me. Like there's a lot of planning. There's a lot of desire to embark into something. You're really excited about that, but at the same time, you're not prepared. You're not ready to take on this. You're taking on a lot of information and learning a lot of things, but you still need to gain some balance in order for you to make the money and have the opportunities that are going to come in. Definitely some healing and triumph and victory in terms of your work and the things that you have been trying to accomplish, things you're passionate about. I do see that there's a force that's coming in. You really are going to do well, but it is going to take some time for that to happen. Let's see what. Yep, again, working with other people to create something. So I see that a lot here. I see that and reflected here. Being offers coming in with others, working with other people, an offer that comes in that's going to create money. I see that. And victory in plans and goals. So yeah, I see that. I like that. I mean, there's a lot of potential here. Ah. Where are we? We're 32 minutes. Ooh. A lot of opportunities are going to come your way. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be offered to you. So remember when I told you that right now with Saturn there, and all the karmic stuff that's being clear, you need to choose the things that you want and don't be focusing on the things that you don't want. Now is the time for you to make that list and work on that manifestation boards and using the law of attraction and thinking of what you really want, getting really clear about what you want. Not that it's going to happen right away, but I do feel like it's going to come to you, but you have to get clear. You have to do healing, that Chiron and that Saturn, healing your childhood, that innocent part of you that has been neglected, someone coming in and helping you with that. Still get that somebody's coming in and it's going to offer you, but I don't think it's the same person that's going to bring an offer and opportunity as opposed to the person that's going to come in and help you heal and guide you. I feel like you're going to have some people coming in into your life, several people coming in into your life to help you. And I think that's it for this deck. Pull from this deck to see. Okay, so far we have that there is a reversal of fortune, which may slow things down, which doesn't at all surprise me because of all the planetary alignments that are occurring and the things that are going on in your chart. Whoa, yeah, here it is. Here's that suspension to change of direction and perspective. Something that you're going to have to make sacred. I don't like to use the word sacrifice, but something that you're going to have to make sacred in your life in order to create what you want. To me, this tells me that, again, the things that are being cleared from your life, focus on the things that you want, and everything else, just let it go. Oh, the Emperor, stability. That's good. Stability, strength, inner strength. Aries. I like this. Yeah, again, the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords again here. It came up again. Somebody is not playing with the full deck here. I think that there's some kind of deception that is occurring. Maybe you're trying to build something on top of something that's not solid, and somebody's telling you that you can do it, but be careful because you might not be able to do it. So yeah, there's some kind of, somebody's not playing with the full deck here. And the Eight of Cups, it's time to just leave that. So if you're struggling with something that's going on in your life right now that you're not sure whether to walk away from it or not, if it feels like it's not, like it doesn't feel right, like something's missing. If it feels like something's missing, then it's time to move on. So maybe this is about the person that's coming in, going to come in to offer you something, and they're being deceptive because they're not playing with the full deck, and they're not telling you the whole truth. So if it feels off, then it is off. Okay, I know this is a little messy. Sorry, it's just my process. My process this time. I was going to do something else, but it kind of worked out this way. Yeah, I feel like this Eight of Cups, it's Saturn and Pisces, and it's very emotional, but it's not, something's off. Yeah, there's a discord of people. There's several people in your life that are either coming in or they have come in, and there's a discord into what they're telling you. And I feel like right now the best action is no action at all. This right here. No action at all. All the major arcanas are that right now. There's, the Wheel of Fortune is upside down, it's reversed, and then we have this dude. I know who he is, but the Wise Man, it'll come to me. And then also the Fool and Temperance. It all tells me, all the major arcana cards are telling me that it's not time to move forward, but more to kind of ruminate what's happening and see what is needed, what you really want, what feels right, what doesn't feel right. It's not a time of movement. So if things are not moving, it's for a reason. Things are going to work out, but just don't rush into, don't push anything, because if you push anything, it's not on solid footing. That's what I'm getting. And somebody is not playing with the full deck. Somebody's telling you something that is not. Oh, here's the Emperor again. This could be a man. This could be a Sagittarius. The King, this is the King of Wands. A Sagittarius or an air, a fire sign. A man that's a fire sign that's coming in, and he's, I don't know. Let me see. Because I'm getting like this. Yeah, it's a decision that you have to make. Decisions based on the things that you want and the knowledge that you have. Things that you want, the knowledge that you have. It's a decision that you have to make. Somebody's presenting something to you. And again, decisions and weighing one thing and the other. I don't think it's time to do any kind of movement. So if anybody's offering you anything, don't. And this is a good card. The Ten of Cups. This is good. This means that you are going to get everything that you want. Things are going to work out. But I feel like this is going to be later on, along with the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. I feel like this is the energy. Things are not moving right now, but they will be moving. You'll be getting everything that you want, just not just yet. So if you feel that your things are not moving, it's because they're not meant to be moving at the moment. Decisions that you're going to have to make. Make sure, good outcome. Just make sure that you know what you want and you take the time to appreciate it. Don't rush into anything, because somebody that's telling you to rush into something is not playing with the full deck. Things that you really love, they're not materializing just yet, but they will people that you're going to be working with to create the future that you want. Just be cautious, because not everybody is going to be honest with you. This getting out of your comfort zone. So although you're not moving, things are not moving, just start thinking outside the box a little more, honey. Instead of just, you know, what's in front of you and being fearful of creating and taking a risk. So even though you're not taking a risk right this second, take the time to evaluate your risks. Being that Saturn is in your 5th house, I would say take the time to evaluate your risks before you jump into anything, but consider them. Consider them and make an informed choice. Don't jump into anything, but make an informed choice. I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you also. So I'm going to pull from Angel of Abundance. These are Doreen Virtue. Let's see. Let's go for, I'm hearing 3. But let's see what we get, okay? So there's a reason why things aren't moving right now. They're not supposed to be moving. And I think that intuitively you know they're not supposed to be moving, but maybe you're comparing yourself to other people, so you're afraid that if they're not moving, it's because something's wrong, but there isn't. Obstacles and blocks are lifted. There you go. So I don't think that you're not being allowed to. I think it's just not. And let go of guilt. Wow. I feel that you carry these things from your past, from maybe when you were little, or maybe from a past life that doesn't allow you. You feel guilty if you succeed. Your energy comes across as like a nervous energy. Like you are not sure of yourself, and so you feel that you're not what's the word I'm looking for? Like you feel like you're not worth it, or you're not worth being successful, or there's a self-worth problem there for you, and then so you feel guilty of succeeding. But that's all in your head. That's not okay. I'm scared. Okay. 4. Okay, bountiful nature. I'm sorry, and cooperation instead of competition. Huh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. You, I know you live by the ocean, so you spend a lot of time at the ocean, but try to go also to green, spend time in nature. That's very healing, and I feel like this would, this reminds me of the Temperance card that came for you for healing, and I feel like something in nature, you need to either be around nature or use something that's natural to heal yourself. That's what it's coming up, and this could be the reason that you're feeling off and you're feeling that you have obstacles, but there's good energy around you. There's like good things coming in. It's all around you. It just hasn't been manifested yet. That's how I feel with this. And cooperation instead of competition. So whoever is coming in to offer you help, I could see that there's several people that are going to come in to offer you help. Make sure that when you work together, you're not working as competitors, but that everybody that is in your circle somehow in some way brings a sense of completion into the greater view, the greater aspect. So there'll be limited abundance if you allow that to come, because everybody will have a piece of the whole sort of thing. That's what I'm getting. Because I see that there's like let go of guilt, I'm just gonna maybe pull 1 or 2 from the power of surrender. Okay. Surrender, low self-esteem. What did I just tell you about the letting go of the guilt? Surrender Surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, honey, and love and abundance, and you know, just release that low self-esteem. That's something that you need to work on. That's something that you're going to be healing. I do feel like you're going to be healing that. Spend more time in nature. When I see the flower, it tells me like more time in nature, more time surrounded by things that are very organic. Surrender your desire to control people. Maybe you want to control your surroundings and the people that are in your life to be able, because maybe you think that that's the only way that you're going to have the success that you want. So this is telling me that you might be sabotaging your relationships this way. I didn't expect this. So yeah, see them more as a cooperative energy as opposed to a competition where you need to somehow control. And sometimes when we say control, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're controlling people like you're trying to be really rough with them or aggressive or making them do what you want to do. But it could be control in the sense of you feeling like you're the victim, and then you can try and control someone that way. That's a very passive way of controlling other people, and sometimes you do it subconsciously. You're not realizing that you're doing it. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, so I think that we kind of have an idea of what's going on. Let me move this. We have an idea of what's going on. So I hope that this helps, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Send me a message or call me. We can talk. Thank you for asking me to do the reading for you. It was a pleasure. I'll talk to you soon, and have a wonderful day. Mwah.